I was told to keep this book talk short. This is the book we're talking about, as you probably know, Cannery Row. So I will. I was intrigued to reread this book, actually mostly listen to it again over the weekend after not having read it for many decades. And what still intrigued me was the way they presented, the way Steinbeck presented his main characters. And so I'll read you a section in which one of those characters, a principal character named Mack, is presented. The night was in by now, and the stars were white in the sky. Hazel, one of Mack's boys, by the way, who has a female name, Hazel fed the fire, and it put a little room of light on the beach. Over the hill, a fox was barking sharply, and now in the night the smell of sage came down from the hills. The water chuckled on the stones where it went out of the deep pool. Mack was mulling over the last piece of reasoning when the sound of footsteps on the ground made them turn. A man, dark and large, stalked near, and he had a shotgun over his arm, and a pointer walked shyly and delicately at his heel. "What the hell are you doing here?" he asked. "Nothing," said Mack. "The land's posted. No fishing, hunting, fires, camping. And now you just pack up and put that fire out and get off this land." Mack stood up humbly. "I don't know, Captain," he said. "Honest, we never seen the sign, Captain." "There's signs all over. You couldn't have missed them." "Look, Captain, we made a mistake and we're sorry," said Mack. He paused and looked closely at the slouching figure. "You're a military man, aren't you, sir? I can always tell. Military men don't carry their shoulders the same as ordinary people. I was in the army so long, I can always tell." Imperceptibly, the shoulders of the man straightened, nothing obvious, but he held himself differently. "I don't allow fires on my place," he said. "Well, we're sorry," said Mack. "We'll get right out, Captain. You see, we're working for some scientists. We're trying to get some frogs." Frogs are the front cover of this edition of the book. "They're working on cancer, and we're helping out getting some frogs." The man hesitated for a moment. "What do they want with the frogs?" he asked. "Well, sir," said Mack, "they give cancer to the frogs, and then they can study and experiment, and they got it nearly licked if they can just get some frogs. But if you don't want us to use your land, Captain, we'll get right out. Never would have come if we knew." Suddenly, Mack seemed to see the pointer for the first time. "By God, that's a fine-looking bitch," he said enthusiastically. "She looks like Nola that won the field trials in Virginia last year. She's a Virginia dog, Captain?" The captain hesitated and then lied. "Yes," he said shortly. "She's lame. Tick got her right on her shoulder." Mack was instantly solicitous. "Mind if I look, Captain? Come on, girl. Come on, girl." The pointer looked up at her master and then sidled up to Mack. "Pile on some twigs so I can see," he said to Hazel. It's up where she can't lick it," said the captain, and leaned over Mack's shoulder to look. Mack pressed some pus out of the evil-looking crater on the dog's shoulder. "I had a dog once, had a thing like this, and it went right in and killed him." "She just had pups, didn't she?" "Yes," said the captain, 6. I put iodine on that place." "No," said Mack, that won't draw. You got any Epsom salts up at your place?" "Yes, there's a big bottle." "Well, you take a hot poultice of Epsom salts and put it on there. She's weak, you know, from the pups. Be a shame if she got sick now. You'll lose the pups, too." The pointer looked deep into Mack's eyes, and then she licked his hand. "Tell you what I'll do, Captain. I'll look after her myself. Epsom salt will do the trick. That's the best thing." The captain stroked the dog's head. "You know, I've got a pond up by the house that's so full of frogs I can't sleep nights. Why don't you look up there? They'll bellow all night. I'll be glad to get rid of them." "That's mighty nice of you," said Mack. "I'll bet those docs will thank you for all that. But I'd like to get a poultice on this dog." He turned to the others. "You put out this fire," he said. "Make sure there ain't a spark left, and then clean up around. You don't want to leave no mess. I and the captain will go and take Nola here. You fellows follow along when you get cleared up." Mack and the captain walked away together. Hazel kicked sand on the fire. "I bet Mack could have been president of the U.S. if he wanted," he said. What could he do? What could he do with it if he had it? Jones asked. There wouldn't be no fun in that. So anyway, that's just a little picture of a little part of this novel. I hope you enjoy it.